There was a song we used to sing, Power of Your Love. Great song. But it had a line in it I could never sing. It started out, Lord, I come to you, let my heart be changed, renewed, flowing from the grace that I found in you. So far, so good. Then it went on to say, Lord, I've come to know the weaknesses I see in me will be stripped away by the power of your love. The Apostle Paul would never have written a song like that. Why? Because Paul was a big fan of weaknesses. Here's what he says in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Now, this is a guy who had a lot of strengths. This is a guy who had amazing spiritual experiences. But he doesn't draw comfort from any of that. Instead, he's delighting in his weaknesses. He's not singing, the weaknesses I see in me will be stripped away. He's delighting in what makes him feel weak so that Christ's power might rest on him. Now, at first, Paul wasn't so excited about feeling weak. He was experiencing a thorn in the flesh. Now, there's much debate about what the thorn was. Was it a disability, a sickness, some kind of persecution against him, a battle with his own sexuality? We don't know. And frankly, it doesn't matter. Perhaps it was just a thorn in the flesh. Nah, that'd be too obvious. The point is, it was the kind of thorn that made him feel weak. So much so that he prayed 3 times for God to take it away. We're often praying that the thing that makes us feel weak will be taken away, stripped away. True? Do you like feeling weak? Inadequate? Out of your depth? Trembling? Fearful? Pain? Of course you don't like feeling any of these things. And neither do I. But thorns have a way of reminding us to trust God. Every time you try and move and trust in yourself, the thorn digs into your flesh. Ouch. That's right. I'm supposed to be depending on God. Paul says earlier in this letter to the Corinthians that he doesn't want them to be uninformed about the suffering that he experienced, all the hardships in the province of Asia. He says, we're under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure, so that we despaired even of life. We felt the sentence of death, but this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God. This happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God. What makes you feel weak? What does God use in your life to keep you dependent on him? What experience have you had in trusting God in a time of weakness? Where have you seen God's power do in and through you what you could not do for yourself? The world says, be strong. God says, accept your weakness. Delight in your weakness and surrender yourself to me, your Jehovah Jireh, your provider. The more we know trials, the more we get to trust. The more we trust, the more miracles we will see in our life and in the lives of those around us. So, what's holding you back?